Should you take Suboxone or Methadone? That's the big question. The ultimate choice is going to be yours, guys. I'm going to break this down into four pieces on my opinions and my experiences. And my opinions have been formed off of knowing addicts that have been clean, knowing addicts that have been on methadone and Suboxone on all periods of time, anywhere from a few months to 10 years. I was on Suboxone with three different doctors, anywhere from 3 months up to a year. I was on methadone for 6 to 7 months. I have my experiences with methadone. I'm going to break this down into the four sections: bad, good, better, and best. Starting with bad, the only bad decision that you can make, despite what anybody says, methadone's bad for you, Suboxone's bad for you, whatever. I obviously have my opinions, but at the end of the day, the only bad decision you can make is staying on drugs or relapsing. Pretty much the same thing. That's the only bad decision you guys can make here. Everything else is going to be better for your life than staying on drugs. So with that out of the way, the second one is going to be good, the good option. The good option is going to be people that stay on Suboxone or stay on methadone for life. There's plenty of people like that. There's plenty of people that I've known that have been on methadone for 10 years and they just plan on being on it the rest of their life. They have no interest on coming off, but they're living a good life. They're not breaking the law. They're taking care of their families. They're going to their job, making a living. This is a good option. Obviously 100% better than still being on drugs. The good option is going to be people that want to wean off of Suboxone or methadone. So they only want to be on it for a small amount of time, wean off of it, and then be completely clean off of everything. Now, with this option, you have to be able to pick out your doctor, because I was with three different doctors, and two of the doctors believe in weaning off of Suboxone, and I had another doctor that actually believed that you needed to be on Suboxone for the rest of your life or you were just going to fail. And you guys have to see this beforehand and ask questions with your doctor. Ask them what their beliefs are. What are the protocols? What are the plans for the Suboxone treatment or for the methadone treatment? And let them know what you want to do right off the bat. And if your plan is to wean off of the Suboxone or the methadone, you need to tell them right away and say, hey, I want to wean off of this. I don't want to be on it the rest of my life. And some doctors will actually come back at you and say that you need to be on it a longer amount of time or that you need to be on it for life. And that would be a dead giveaway that you need to go find a different doctor that has the same beliefs in you. This is going to be the better option, in my opinion. I did it a few times where I was successfully able to wean off of Suboxone, starting at like a 24 milligram dosage for a few months and then slowly working my way down to 2 milligrams until I finally came off. And coming off of 2 milligrams of Suboxone, you're still going to have some withdrawals, but nothing in comparison to coming off of, you know, like the heroines and the fentanyls and the Oxycontins. Now, the fourth option, in my opinion, is going to be the best option, and that's going to be coming off drugs cold turkey. No Suboxone, no methadone. You're just going to be pushing through it to just try to feel better. Now, my experiences, going back to the better scenario, which is weaning off, why did I relapse? I was able to wean off of them. I did the therapy. So with every Suboxone prescription, they're going to give you a therapist. So you have to go see a therapist also, along with your doctor that gives you the Suboxone. So I did all that treatment. I was weaning off of it, following the program, doing everything that I had to do, what they told me to do, and then I relapsed. And that happened 3 times. And I didn't understand why. And now looking back on it is because, in my opinion, I was band-aiding a problem. Plain and simple. That's what I was doing. I would come off the drugs. I didn't want to go through the struggle, and I immediately got on the Suboxone or I immediately got on the methadone. And it gave me no time to actually innerly work on my problems. Now, maybe you guys are the same as me. If you guys can answer this question, comment down below, let me know. But for me, if I'm in a good, comfortable situation, no growth comes from that. I need to be struggling. I need to be, my back's against the wall and things aren't going well for me to grow as a person. And when I came off of drugs and I would go right on to Suboxone or I'd go right on to Methadone, I was immediately feeling better and I was comfortable and I was not worried about fixing myself as a person because I felt good. The last and final time that I came off of drugs and I was struggling and I was fighting for it and my body wasn't feeling good, months would go by and I was just trying to find any answer that I could to try to feel better. And that struggle made me so strong as a human being that I ended up finding lifting. And lifting was the one thing that made me feel better when I was off of drugs. And focusing on that and trying to find another healthy addiction that I can focus on helped me grow so much as a person that my inner strength would have never gotten that strong had I just hopped on the Suboxone or the Methadone and then I just went about my time. This is like inner seeking. Like, you guys have to find this in yourself. I don't think there are some good therapists out there. You know, I'm not against therapy. I've seen a therapist since then to work out some things, and I've had some success with therapists. But you need to do therapy and you need to do inner soul seeking and you need to work on yourself. Because if you're like me, you had inner issues that spawned your drug addiction. Mine was anxiety. I had anxiety my whole life and I got addicted to drugs, and that was my answer to feeling better. And I was never able to work on that as a person when I was on Suboxone or Methadone.